Welcome, listeners, to another episode of the Chris Talk Show. Here's your host, Chris Talks.
What's up, listeners? Hope that you're having a wonderful day, because I am definitely having a good one. All right. We're here on a late night for some reason. Ed. Yeah. Give it to him, please.
Bruh.
Anyway, let's get right into it. Our top topic for this episode is going to be a woman's decaying body is found in a Georgia prison cell, sparking a big investigation. So, as always, we're going to go to Sarah for this report, and I will give you my view and my opinion at the end of it. Let's get into it.
Thank you, Chris. An investigation has been launched in Georgia after a female inmate's decomposing body was found in her prison cell. Shequita Vaughn, 32, had possibly been dead for over 24 hours, with a strong odor of decay coming from the cell at the Leah Rendale State Prison, where the temperature was reportedly in the 90s. Habersham County Deputy Coroner Kenneth Franklin, who conducted an autopsy on Vaughn following the discovery of her body on July 9, said that the exact cause of death was undetermined. Franklin's report, obtained by the Atlanta Journal, states that he was told by prison staff that they had checked on Vaughn at 10:08 a.m. and that she had been found dead at 10:40 a.m. However, the coroner said that he had arrived at 12:10 p.m. and believed that she had been deceased for 2 to 4 hours. Though it was hard to be certain, but due to the temperature and humidity of the cell in which she was, it would have sped up decomposition considerably, making it difficult for an approximate determination, Vaughn stated in his report. Per the Journal, the report describes the cell as being at a temperature in the 90s and that there was not a lot of ventilation. Georgia State Department of Corrections says that prisoners like Vaughn, who was being held in a segregation unit, with one person per cell at the time her body was discovered, are checked every 30 minutes. Dr. Paul Uribe, a former chief of pathology at Fort Benning, in Georgia, agreed that it had likely been much longer than that. Due to the state of her body, perhaps even a day, there was no checking every 30 minutes. Uribe told the Journal, that degree of decomposition doesn't come within 30 minutes. Within an hour or within 2 hours. Vaughn had been jailed just 6 months after giving birth. Advocacy group Motherhood Beyond Bars said that her death was preventable. We met Shequita Vaughn in our childbirth education program at Fulton County Jail before she was transferred to prison, the group wrote on social media. Shequita was funny, always ready to participate in class, and quick to reassure others that a rich life was possible after incarceration and the best was yet to come. We are heartbroken that Shequita won't get the opportunity to create the life she was hoping for. Her death was preventable. Amy Ard, executive director of the group, said that Vaughn was serving a 2-year sentence and fully expected to come home to be with her child. This is someone who was in a vulnerable postpartum period. We know that she had some mental health diagnoses. This is a person who should not be put in solitary confinement. And the conditions of that solitary confinement were fairly inhumane. Ard told the Journal, it was way too hot for anyone, postpartum or not, to be in a unit where there's no airflow, no air conditioning, no airflow. In Georgia in the summertime. The Independent has reached out to the coroner's office as well as the Georgia Department of Corrections for more information on the incident, including the temperature in cells and if the 30-minute check had occurred on Vaughn's cell on July 9. Back to you, Chris.
All right, Sarah, thank you for that. Thank you for that report. Let me drop my bomb real quick. All right, folks, this is the part of the show where I give you my view and my opinion on this particular topic that we are discussing. And my opinion is simply this. That was what they were saying, that was a bunch of bull. I'm just being straight up. Can we give this, first and foremost, before we jump into that, because I was about to say, right? But let's drop the church bell first. Let's drop the church bell for the life that was lost in this situation. Can you drop that for me real quick? All right. Thank you so much. And also, can we give him what I want to give? Can we give him a dummy buzzer, please? For the police department. So you got to do it twice. Thank you. All right, now this excuse that the police department was making, that they said that they checked on her every 30 minutes.
Bruh.
Let's be for real.
Bruh.
Now, we looked it up, we checked it, and we had to fact check this stuff. It is the policy of that police department to check on solitary prisoners that are in solitary confinement at least 30 to 45 minutes. So it's not exactly 30 minutes that they do this.
Bruh.
But at least 30 to 45 minutes that an officer has to go in there and check on them. And I also do agree with Sarah, what you said, and with what was said earlier with her mental condition. She should have not been in any solitary confinement if she was by herself. If she had to be in solitary confinement by herself, she should at least had on what they call it again, the Gucci gown.
Bruh.
No, I'm being serious. She should have at least had on the Gucci gown, right?
Bruh.
Again, an officer, at least an officer, sitting right in front of her cell. Now, the reason I say that is because a lot of times when people go to prison and stuff like that, when they're sitting there and they're like, what's suicide watch? That's the word I'm looking for.
Bruh.
Shut up. But suicide watch. When they are on suicide watch, there's usually an officer that sits in front of the cell, or they are in the Gucci gown. Don't ask me how I know.
Bruh.
I just know. Okay? Okay?
Bruh.
Anyway, let's get back to this. I also want to point out the fact that there was no ventilation. There was no air, and according to them, and I don't know if the picture that we saw was the actual picture of the cell or not. I can't really call it. I think we'll post it. I'm not sure if we should, but I think we'll post it, and you can make the decision yourself, I guess. But just not having any type of ventilation or any type of air, I'm sorry about that, any type of air flowing through the jail, prison jail, whatever they want to call it, just to have none flowing through at all, that in itself, to me, okay, is inhumane. It's just inhumane. That's how I see it.
Bruh.
It's inhumane. It's just, listen, what's our temperature, like 98 point something or whatever, right? And then 90 degrees on top of that.
Bruh.
Come on, man. Let's be serious. Let's really be serious for 1 second. No ventilation. And I'm gonna be honest, the way I see it is that there was no air flowing to the prisoners, because apparently the officers was walking around fine.
Bruh.
And they be dressed in like probably 5 pounds of bullshit, you know? But I mean, come on.
Bruh.
So apparently they were fine. Apparently they were. And then the other question that has to be asked that I wanted to ask, but I guess further down the line within their investigation, they'll probably uncover that, is why they didn't mention any other prisoners being around at all.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying? And also the part about the decaying, like, people, like, come on.
Bruh.
As far as science and medicine has come, right? Why would you sit there and lie to the examiner? Like, come on.
Bruh.
Like, how stupid do you think he is?
Bruh.
He's examining the body. He's telling you. I mean, come on. The guy is trained to find when the body when the person died.
Bruh.
That's his job. That's his training, to track back to when a person actually died. So why would you sit there and lie to him?
Bruh.
It don't make no sense. Give them the dummy buzzer again, please. Because there should be some type of crime or something that these officers, in my opinion, should face, because you're lying. You're lying about the amount of time that she was in there alone. Okay, this is what you're lying about. No, wrong one. Do it again.
Bruh.
Thank you. Okay. But I mean, the officers that were on duty that day and were working that side, all of them should be prosecuted, if not prosecuted, remanded in some way, whether it be them being fired, being suspended without pay or something. There should be some type of remand. Something should happen. And the reason I say that is because it's no matter what state that you in, okay, Georgia, whatever, okay, whether it's hot, cold, you get a little breeze or a big breeze, okay, it don't matter.
Bruh.
Okay, it's just that I find it really hard that so many people can be in a building and there are so many incompetent people in one building that they couldn't check on just one person.
Bruh.
Just one.
Bruh.
Whether they're in solitary confinement or not. That's what I said. It doesn't matter where you at. It doesn't matter how hot it is. It doesn't matter. None of that. The conditions to me doesn't really matter. It's how the staff chose to deal with it. How the COs chose to deal with it.
Bruh.
I mean, there's many messed up facilities. I mean, I don't know any prison facility that's good. I don't know anyone that's like really, really nice.
Bruh.
I don't know anyone. Not me. Not that I know. There's one out there. I mean, I'm pretty sure it exists, but I don't know of it. That's all I'm saying is I don't know of it. But I don't know of any good jails. That's like really up to date. Probably with the cameras, but they should have probably had a camera on her because she was in solitary confinement. There's so many questions here, okay, that need to be answered.
Bruh.
Because what kind of this had to be a really, really up jail. This got to be worse than some puffy shit. You understand what I'm saying? It got to be.
Bruh.
It got to be, because it makes no sense. And then this woman who had just given birth was ready, even though she was going to be doing, I think about 2 years, right? Yeah, about 2 years. Even though she was going to be doing that time, she was still, what's the word I'm looking for here? Let's just say it this way. She still had a positive mindset that she was going to get out and she was going to go out there. She was going to be with her child. And then she also helped, I guess, to influence, to change the direction of the other inmates that she was in there with. Can we give her, let's give her a little round of applause for trying to make a change within the system while she was in there. Just a quick, can we give her a tiny one? Can we give her a chair? Thank you. Thank you, sound guy. We appreciate you. We really do. So to me, there are so many questions, because where was the cameras? This is what I'm saying. I don't know any prison or any jail that's a good one. None of them. Well, not where I'm from.
Bruh.
I mean, half of the precincts in New York are just totally up. So, I mean,
Bruh.
I'm just keeping it real. So, are we gonna read one of the comments? All right, so we're gonna. I want to dish out one of the comments, but that's really my view on that. It's just that the system itself is to me, it's kind of it's messed up. These people were not paying no attention to this woman, even if you got a couple of staff on board and they're all doing the rotation or something. There have to be some. There had to be a way that they could communicate. That's all I'm trying to say. There had to be a way that they could communicate that somebody didn't go and check on this woman's cell. Because think of it this way: what happened if she would escape?
Bruh.
She would have been 2 hours ahead of law enforcement. I'm just being serious. That's 2 hours ahead of law enforcement. You know how far she could have gotten in 2 hours?
Bruh.
All because they didn't check on her. I mean, there should be some serious repercussions to like I said, to all the staff that were working within this facility.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, let's go to do we have one? Let's read one of them. So let's read this. We can read. Why you gotta pick the longest one? Like,
Bruh.
anyway, let's read this. Sorry about that, people. Let's read this. All right. So this is what one of the comments on there had to say, and I'm just gonna read it off. This Ed picked this. This is real dumb. It says, the more I read the comments here, the more I get pissed off. It doesn't make any damn difference what race or what she did to get in jail. I'm going to pause right there. I don't know why race would be brought up in this at any point. She's a melanin woman too, right? Yeah, but I don't know why race would be brought up. I didn't read the comments where I'm just picking one. I didn't read the comments on this thing, but I don't know why at all race would be brought up. Because to me, I don't think race had to do anything with it. It could have played a part. I'm not saying it did. But I don't think race had anything to do with it. That's just my opinion on that. Okay, let's finish. It says she was a human being. That's what I'm saying. She was a human being. She's just a person. So I don't know how race, sex, or anything would play into this. And that's what a lot of people need to really think about, is that we need to stop looking at the black and white, all these different colors, yellow, green, orange. We just need to focus on the fact that this was a human being, just like any other. You know what I mean? Let's get right back to it. It says she just had given birth prior to being incarcerated. She shouldn't have been in a cell by herself. That's also what I say. Like,
Bruh.
for real. She shouldn't have been. The fact that they knew that she had a mental issue, just the fact that going into any type of facility like that, knowing that somebody's coming in there with a mental issue, they should have been much more careful with her. You know what I mean? All right, let's finish this up. Where we at? And you can't tell me that these people did a check every 30 minutes. This poor lady was already decomposing. Why didn't any of the other inmates smell this?
Bruh.
Can we hit this again? Look.
Message.
Thank you. Why ain't nobody else smell it? You understand what I'm saying? It continues. Let's continue. This is he said an effing cover up. Maybe. He might be hinting to something. Whoever wrote this, they might be hinting to something. You know what I mean?
Bruh.
Could be a hit. I don't know.
Bruh.
All right, let's continue. Where are we? It says, okay. It says, this was in Georgia, and anybody with any sense knows how Georgia acts towards colored people. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bruh.
I know. This is beyond acceptable. Prayers for the family. Quote, end quote.
Bruh.
Well, like I said, I fully agree with everything that person said, and this the same questions that I was raising. He raised or she raised uh, uh, in this comment, because that's what I was saying. I had to ask that question. How doesn't anybody like smell that? I'm gonna tell you something. If somebody takes a poop in my hallway,
Bruh.
I'm telling you, as soon as you walk out of my front door, you'll smell it.
Bruh.
Like, I'm being serious. So I mean, a decomposing body. Somebody should have smelled it. Now I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Maybe this person's also right. Maybe this could have been something like a hit or something, or maybe it could have been about race. I don't know. To all my listeners, leave a comment and let me know what you think this sounds like. I don't really think it sounds like it's a black or white thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's racially motivated, but
Bruh.
shut up, Ed.
Bruh.
But I mean, it could have played. I don't know. I'm not from Georgia, and I've been to Georgia like twice, so, but I'm not from Georgia,
Bruh.
so I don't really know how they played out here. But I do know that there's racial tension all around this damn world. So,
Bruh.
But in this situation, I don't think race has had any part to do with it. I just think these were some real lazy ass cops, and they failed to do their job. And as a result of them failing to do their job, this young woman lost her life. And that's just it to me.
Bruh.
All right, Ed, can you drop my bomb for me, please? Thank you. Oh, well, my bad. I forgot to say that's my view, my opinion. My bad for not saying that. I missed that. But who cares? All right.
Bruh.
All right. I want to thank all my listeners for tuning in. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me, and I so appreciate that. Also, check us out on all our other social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. There should be a listen at the end of this episode, so you can check that out. Also, hit that like, subscribe button, and feel free to share. We're trying to get 150 viewers, so to my people that's listening, help me to reach that point. All right. Until next episode, ladies and gentlemen, stay blessed and not stressed. I will see y'all later. Peace out.